Black Series, Mattel Hot Wheels from the 2-pack, Mattel Hot Wheels regular TIE Fighter, Mattel Hot Wheels Elite Special Forces TIE Fighter. So they're all different in subtle ways, but they all display really well. A great design of a spaceship. It's great to see how the designs evolved, or and then looking at how different companies make the actual ship. And then you've got this one as well, which is the First Order. Looks great. Here's the Mattel Hot Wheels Darth Vader's TIE Fighter X1 prototype. It's out of the packaging. It's quite lightweight. The body is metal and the wings are plastic. So I don't think it's as good as the titanium, but it's just as well detailed. And wings are nice. You can see it has a little hole there, so you can put this stand into it, and then you can stick it to your finger. So it's not bad. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter Hot Wheels. Quite light. But nicely detailed. Very similar to the titanium. Looks incredibly similar to that. 3 screws at the bottom. Nice ship from A New Hope, and you can put it on the stand. Okay, here we got both Hot Wheels now. This is the TIE Fighter that we had in the 70s and the early 80s. And this is the First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. So we'll start at the backs. You can see they've got the appropriate casting details. This is the updated TIE Fighter. And this is how it was back in the day. Both have got sort of stocky body struts for the main bodies. You can tell the body's definitely die cast. Wings are plastic. Really nice. And then let's see, the wings are the same size, same dimensions, more or less. This TIE Fighter here seems to have slightly longer wings, maybe a couple of millimeters. Let's look at the sides of the wings. Different sculpting in the central ports. This one's got much more detailed sculpting. This is the TIE Fighter by Hot Wheels that comes with the Ghost. It's a 2-pack. So it's quite white, this TIE Fighter, with short wings. Quite nice paint apps on the visor, the canopy and the 2 lasers. It's just the basic TIE Fighter body, just with shorter wings. Nice detail there. Back of the TIE Fighter. Comes with one of those navigator stands. Looks pretty decent, this TIE Fighter. Seen in Rebels. Quite a cool looking ship. Nice. So this is seen in Rebels. This is the white TIE Fighter seen in Rebels. It has really short wings. And there you go. So this comes with the 2-pack, comes with this flight stand, navigator stand. So yeah, it's not bad. Looks pretty decent. Comes with the Ghost, so it might be one you want to get, especially if you're a TIE Fighter fan. Obviously I am. So this TIE Fighter has two little orange bits on it, this one doesn't. You can see how different the size of the rings are. These wings are almost half the size of those wings. They have sort of straight lines going across, whereas this has a more pattern like that. And we compare it to the Black Series TIE Fighter. This has a sort of crisscross pattern. So you've got 3 TIE Fighters there. So that's the Black Series. That's the new Hot Wheels version from Rebels, and then this is the classic TIE Fighter, also by Hot Wheels. Okay, this TIE Fighter, and this is the Hot Wheels version of the regular TIE Fighter. Their fuselages aren't exactly the same, so there is some sculpting difference. See in the canopy there's differences on these bits on the side of the TIE Fighter, around the canopy. Underside. Yeah, there are differences. I thought they were the same. Yep, so you can see the differences in the bodies. Okay, here we've got the Imperial TIE Fighter, and it's on the 21 back Star Wars card, Kenner USA. And you can see that there's some yellowing to the bubble at least. You can see the solar fins of the TIE Fighter. This is the white die-cast TIE Fighter. The pilot's going to be Darth Vader. And it's got authentic details and styling. Solar panels removable to simulate battle damage. Darth Vader figure and seat removable. And there's the actual TIE Fighter. Really great model this. Had this when I was a kid. And it's on a 21 back. So on the 21 backs they added the name Imperial to the... So if you look at earlier cards it just says TIE Fighter. And it's a 21 back. So you've got 21 figures, including Boba Fett. Got the Series 2 die-cast ships, the Millennium Falcon, Imperial Cruiser, Y-Wing, and then the original 4 ships. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, Imperial TIE Fighter, X-Wing Fighter, Land Speeder. Got all of those 4 carded. You've got the 3-position laser rifle and Han Solo's blaster. And you can see the actual figures. Really great artwork there. And then let's look at the TIE Fighter again. Really beautiful design. Looks really good in white. Cool ship. And there's the wings, which are plastic. The body is die cast. So it's die cast high plastic. Great image on the card. Star Wars Imperial TIE Fighter from 1979. Kenner USA. The TIE Fighter is just so cool. Really nice. I've got one of these on a clipper card, 12 back, and a Takara Japanese Imperial 12 back TIE Fighter as well. And a US 12 back graded AFA 60 white TIE Fighter. So I've got 4 of these carded. This is the late 21 back version. Really nice. You can get this on the Empire Strikes Back card as well. That's pretty hard to find and costs more. So it's your 1978-79 die-cast TIE Fighter. Really nice vehicle. 21 back. Beautiful. Small fighter, and it's quite kind of it does look like how it does on the show, so it's accurate in that way. And you can see the back of the ship. You can see it's got a sort of almost like Darth Vader's prototype TIE fighter. It's got this part here and then the thruster at the back. Looks pretty cool. Shame the canopy doesn't open. It looks good. Nicely painted, sort of pale grey. You can see the underside there, 3 screws. And yeah, it's not a bad little model. It's Darth Vader's. I mean, it's the Inquisitor's X1. There's a side profile. Got some good detailing there. And the same on that ring. It's not a bad little model. Quite nice. So that's number 28, the Black Series, the Inquisitor's Advanced TIE Fighter prototype. So not a bad little model. Comes with a little stand. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's that. Cheers. Bye. Here's a better look at the Inquisitor's TIE Fighter number 28, the Black Series. Body's metal. This is plastic on top, but it doesn't open the canopy or the hatch. The wings bend though. You can close the wings like that. The wings are plastic, so you can fold it like that. Comes with a display stand. I'm going to keep this one boxed, so I'm going to cut the things, but you can get an idea. How much does it? Is it heavy? No, it's quite light. It looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if these panels should be black on the outside. It looks pretty good, this tiny little TIE fighter. With its tiny little rings that even fold down. Here you've got the Black Series TIE Fighter, First Order Special Forces, and the Hot Wheels same model. And you can see that both have plastic wings. It's a bit disappointing on the Titanium series one that it's got plastic wings. Body's metal. It's got an opening canopy. It's quite nice. And this one has plastic wings as well, and a metal die-cast body. There's the back of it, quite nicely detailed. Got nice red paint apps on it. Good detailing on the rings, as does this one. You can see pretty much the same model. So in this case, probably the Hot Wheels is the better, really. Even though it doesn't have an opening canopy, it's larger. But I mean, both have plastic wings. You can see how much larger this Hot Wheels is. But there's not much in it. This one's got probably more slender struts, whereas this one's a lot more chunky. But sculpting, in terms of the amount of detail shown, they're pretty much the same. This has grey paint around the edges of the glass canopy, and this one has silverish paint. Both have the 2 lasers there, so they both look really cool. So there's not really much in it between the two. So if you wanted a first order TIE fighter to put on your desk or table, you could choose either version. You could choose the Mattel Hot Wheels version or the Black Series Titanium. Very disappointing that the wings on this are plastic though. I've expected them, because I've got an old Micro Machines TIE fighter from the mid 90s, and the wings are metal. So, you know, I think, and for £6 is the usual price for this in the UK, so, you know, they're a bit cheap there. But not a bad little ship. This one's got a much larger antenna, whereas this one's hardly got an antenna at all. So it's up to you which one you prefer. They're as good as each other really. Both have the red paint on the sides and at the back, you know. So both are equally as good. Yeah. So that's your Black Series Titanium and your Hot Wheels Mattel. These two are just as good as each other really. This one's a lighter grey, this is a darker grey. This one comes with a stand like that, and this one comes with this stand which you can put on your finger. Is probably the best. Well, it's the one that everyone wants to get. So, I mean, if you're going to get for a box example now, you're looking at a hefty amount of money. So, but the prices for die-cast stuff hasn't risen as much as for the carded action figures. So, but this is one of the rare items, along with Yak Face, the blue snaggletooth. The TIE Bomber is one of those. Star Wars vintage. I don't know if it's a must-have, but it's something that, you know, it looks really cool, and, you know, it's quite heavy as well. The wings are plastic, they pull out, hence they're a bit loose, and they attach by a little cross thing there. So, and let's take the other wing off. So that's the TIE Bomber. See if I can get the pilot in view. I mean, I love the detail here. They got this sort of, must have really used the actual designs of the TIE Bomber. It's even got these little dabs of paint there, green and a red, and a green and a red there. And the detail on the body is quite good. So that's the vintage TIE Bomber from 1980, which this is rare because it was only test marketed, it wasn't really sold all over the USA. Okay, this is the Black Series Titanium Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, that's number 15, and this is just a solid piece of metal. I know this is a reissue, but this one, just because of its sheer size, is good value for money. And it's metal top and bottom, and the wings are metal as well. So this is a good piece of die cast you're getting here, and it looks really great. Look at that, it just looks really nice. Look at the detailing on this. What a great little model. The canopy opens, this is cool. Wings have nice detailing on them, or solar panels. Nice piece of metal there. Let's focus again. See if we can focus. What a nice looking ship. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and if you open the canopy, there you are. Opens. Pretty cool. So that's your Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, which is number 15, which out of all of these new little titaniums, this one's the best value because it's the most amount of metal you get for your money. Lovely detail on the rings, as you can see. Look at that. You can see all those indentations on the solar panels, look pretty cool. Good detailing there. This is solid metal. What a nice looking ship. Darth Vader's TIE fighter. What a cool looking ship. Lovely detail at the back. And this is just one big piece of metal, solid. So this is number 15. This is one that I'd say is worth picking up. Just for the amount of metal, it's got weight to it, this one. Looks pretty cool. Darth Vader's TIE fighter. Let's close the canopy. Nice detailing on that. There's the front of the ship. See underneath. Cool looking little craft. Darth Vader's TIE fighter. Looks amazing. Same new stand it comes with. I like these stands. I like the simplified design to them compared to the older micro machines. Nice looking ship. Darth Vader's TIE fighter. Definitely worth picking this one up. That's number 15. Nice looking ship. This is the Black Series TIE Fighter from the 4-pack. It's really nice. This is more than likely based on the old 96 Micro Machine. Maybe it's been slightly updated. I do have that somewhere. I wish I could find it so I could do a comparison. But this is, I can compare it to the Hot Wheels TIE Fighter though. Nice detail on the wings. What I like about this is the wings are die cast. So this TIE Fighter has weight to it. Has 2 screws there, plus the thing for the base. Detail on the front of the TIE Fighter is nice. Looks great. And then the back of the TIE Fighter. Opening canopy as well. Looks great. Looks like there's a little figure inside, unpainted. That's pretty cool. So this TIE Fighter gets the thumbs up from me, mainly because the wings are die cast. I just love that. So this TIE Fighter is nice and heavy. You can see the little figure inside the TIE Fighter there, looks really great. The canopy's not clear, it's just a piece of black plastic, but it looks really good. Here's the Black Series TIE Fighter with die-cast wings, opening canopy, and then here's the Hot Wheels TIE Fighter. So you can see the differences. Let's start with the back. Okay, this TIE Fighter, the Hot Wheels, has probably slightly more detail in the back of the TIE Fighter on the canopy or fuselage. Excuse me. But this TIE Fighter has die-cast wings, whereas this one, the wings are plastic, and that's a big plus for the Black Series. You can see the detail difference. This has a more of a crosshatch, this one has straighter lines. This doesn't have an opening canopy. So it's up to you which version you prefer. I prefer the die-cast Black Series, which is the old Micro Machines die-cast TIE Fighter as well. This one just way better in my opinion. But both are, you know, if you can find both, you're not going to complain really. Because I mean, this one comes with this sort of base. But I know that the Hot Wheels base has been updated to something that's even nicer than that. And then this TIE Fighter comes with the black base there. So of the two, the Hot Wheels, the Black Series is definitely the one I prefer more. But this is an old, pretty old model. I mean, this originally came out 20 years ago. And it's just been slightly changed. But this is a great piece of metal. Has nice weight to it, whereas this one is not even is about a third of the weight of this one. This one's 3 times heavy. That's because the wings are die cast. They're a lot thicker, not as long, but you know. So that's your Black Series, and that's your Hot Wheels TIE Fighter, the originally trilogy version. I mean, you get more detail on the surface of the fuselage, whereas this is a lot more simplified, but overall Black Series is the better of the two. Okay, so now we're going to hit the Millennium Falcon up. Okay, so the 2 TIE Fighters on their stand, Hot Wheels stand and the Black Series stand. So the Hot Wheels TIE Fighter stands a lot higher with that type of stand. They've got a new stand with Rogue One releases, so it's up to you which stand you prefer. You can see the detail of the TIE Fighters. Both are great for display, and both featuring the original 3 movies and the new Rogue One. Okay, so let's hit the Millennium Falcon up now. This is the Hot Wheels basic TIE Fighter. This is the TIE Fighter we're looking at from the 2-pack with the Ghost. This is the First Order Hot Wheels Elite TIE Fighter. And then we've got the Black Series TIE Fighter from the 4-pack. So you've got 4 TIE Fighters you can compare. This one is white and has really tiny little wings. This one has big wings. This one has smaller wings than this version, but these wings are die cast, and so this TIE Fighter is really heavy, the Black Series one. And then you've got the First Order TIE Fighter Elite. So you've got all the different types of TIE Fighter, and you can compare them all. This is pretty old now. The card's not in the best condition. It's pretty worn around the hang tag. There's a crease there, crease there, crease there, crease there. But it's getting on in its years, so it's over 30 years old, this card, and
You can see in the top corner it has the Darth Vader helmet there, which is quite unusual, plus the Luke and Leia holding the lightsaber, and then you've got Darth Vader's TIE fighter, nice pink background. Everyone knows, well, maybe you youngsters don't know, but the Darth Vader TIE fighter, there's a variation with a short winged TIE fighter, and that's worth a fortune. So if you ever come across one of these with really short wings, that's worth a fortune. And this looks just like the regular version. Obviously they just used the Imperial TIE fighter body, so it's not like the proper Darth Vader's TIE fighter there, which would extend around the crescent to a crescent shape there. So there you are, Darth Vader's TIE fighter. Looks really nice. The bubbles are pretty clear, very clear actually. And you've got a scene of Darth Vader's TIE fighter, an X-Wing, airbrushing there, plus the Death Star. And on the back, it's a 21 back card. So you've got all 21 figures, plus the later release die-cast vehicles. You've got the Y-Wing, the Star Destroyer or Imperial Cruiser, and the Millennium Falcon. These are just mock-ups there. And then you've got the 4 that were already available, the Landspeeder, the X-Wing, the TIE, Darth Vader's TIE, and the TIE Fighter, plus the 2 weapons you could buy, the 3-position laser rifle, plus the Han Solo blaster.
Okay, better look at the new TIE Fighter from Disney, the Disney diecast series. It's just your basic standard TIE Fighter, not your Elite series. You can see the nice detailing there. And you can see at the bottom printed information there on the inside of the ring. And the 2 antennae there. Back of the TIE Fighter. The elite one would be with red hair and those things around the rings. Around the stumps. It would look slightly better. It's got a nice red canopy there. Canopy doesn't open, but you know, it looks pretty cool. As far as I know, it doesn't open. No. Has some weight to it. Looks pretty cool. So it's your first order basic TIE Fighter from Disney. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. So this looks very similar to the original TIE Fighter, with a few modifications around the insides of the rings and added an antenna, plus it's now a 2-seater version. Or maybe this is just a single seat, I'm not sure. Maybe it's only the Elite series. Because this looks at the back more like a regular normal TIE Fighter, as we see in A New Hope and stuff like that. But we never know. This might be a 2-seater version as well. Nice detailing there. Cool looking ship. It's got some weight to it. Looks pretty cool. A new TIE Fighter from Disney. Good detailing at the bottom. It's got the little extra cannon at the bottom as well. So it must be a 2-seater version. Yep, looks nice. New movie TIE Fighter. I've got some Kenner TIE Fighters uploaded, so you can check them out as well. The original 78, 79 versions. But this is pretty cool. This is just a solid piece of metal. Look at the detailing there on the wing. Really nice. Good paintwork generally. Yep. New solar panels. And great detailing there. Looks pretty cool. Back of the ship. Looks pretty nice. Yep. Blackish colour. Black to dark, very dark grey. And then some red on the laser cannon. And white on the solar panels. Looks pretty cool. Get all the TIE fighters together. Quite decent. You got the ones that come with this sort of finger stand, and then the Black Series come with these stands. But the TIE fighters look decent. And this white one's a great addition, just to show variation in design. Nice sculpting, plastic rings, just like the other Hot Wheels. I like the white colour though. That's like the original Kenner TIE Fighter back in the day. Okay, so we'll look at the TIE Fighter again with the Ghost.